Hello, everyone, welcome back to the channel Future Force. Please subscribe and like my videos, as today we dive into one of the most shocking and strategically significant events of the ongoing war. The massive drone strike involving 93 Ukrainian drones targeting Moscow. This was not just another attack, but a meticulously planned, multi-phase operation that has sent waves through the geopolitical, military, and intelligence communities around the globe. In this video, we are going to break down every angle of this incident, from the exterior factors that made this attack possible, to the interior details of how it unfolded, its performance, safety measures involved, unique features that made it successful or flawed, what kind of cost was involved, and finally, what this means for the future of this war. The exterior of this attack refers to the wider context, including the political and geographical landscape surrounding the incident. Over the past months, tensions have steadily escalated between Ukraine and Russia, with multiple smaller drone attacks reported in Russian territories. However, the scale of this operation is unprecedented. 93 drones launched in coordinated waves were aimed not only at military installations, but also at symbolic and strategic infrastructure near Moscow. Reports suggest that these drones came from multiple directions, bypassing several layers of Russian air defense systems, raising questions about the effectiveness of the existing radar, anti-drone, and missile shield technologies. Moscow, a city known for its dense air defense umbrella, was still caught off guard by the sheer number and simultaneous approach of these unmanned aerial vehicles. The exterior perspective also involves the psychological and political messaging Ukraine demonstrating its ability to reach deep into Russian territory and deliver a coordinated strike while sending a message to both domestic and international audiences. Moving inside the operation, the interior aspect of this drone strike is far more intricate and revealing. The preparation reportedly spanned weeks, possibly even months, with intelligence gathering, route planning, and timing synchronization all playing key roles. Interior sources and open-source analysis indicate that the drones used were a mix of long, range-fixed wing UAV and loitering munitions, some equipped with explosive payloads and others possibly carrying reconnaissance systems to assess damage in real time. The attack was launched under the cover of darkness to maximize the element of surprise. Russian air defenses were activated in multiple zones, and radar operators faced saturation due to the sheer number of incoming signals. According to preliminary assessments, around 70% of the drones were intercepted, but nearly 30 managed to hit or reach their designated zones, causing explosions near industrial complexes, fuel depots, and some civilian infrastructures. Inside Moscow, panic spread as air raid sirens blared, social media flooded with videos of explosions and air defense tracers, and emergency services scrambled to contain fires. The interior chain of command in Ukraine likely involved both military and intelligence coordination, with drones programmed to follow different flight paths to confuse radar systems. The level of operational security maintained indicates significant advancements in Ukraine's drone warfare capabilities, both in terms of software sophistication and swarm tactics. In terms of performance, the drone strike was both a success and a learning curve. Out of 93 drones, at least 28 are confirmed to have reached or impacted critical zones, which is a substantial figure considering the heavy air defense around the Russian capital. Performance analysis suggests that many of these drones were low, lying, and used terrain masking techniques to avoid radar detection. Some reports even suggest the use of decoy drones to draw fire away from the main strike units. Their endurance ranged from 500 to 800 kilometers, a testament to Ukraine's growing indigenous drone manufacturing capability, as well as possible external support in terms of parts and guidance. The attack exposed significant vulnerabilities in Russia's layered defense system, including delayed response time, radar overload, and gaps in counter-drone technologies such as electronic warfare and jamming. When we look at safety features in this context, it's not just about the drones themselves, but also the planning behind minimizing civilian casualties. Ukraine claimed that the operation primarily targeted military and logistical facilities rather than civilian areas, though some collateral damage was reported in the outskirts of Moscow. Many drones were designed to self-destruct in midair if intercepted, preventing unexploded ordnance from causing accidental damage upon falling. Emergency evacuation protocols were activated swiftly in the targeted zones, and Russian authorities temporarily closed down airports and transport routes to avoid further risk. However, this strike raised new debates on the safety of urban centers during modern warfare, where drones can bypass traditional front lines and reach deep into civilian zones. The unique selling points of this attack from a military perspective revolve around scale, timing, and psychological impact. This was the largest single drone assault on Moscow since the conflict began, showcasing Ukraine's ability to launch near-simultaneous strikes from multiple directions. The operation demonstrated that swarm tactics are no longer theoretical, but a practical method of overwhelming even advanced air defense systems. It also highlighted the relatively low cost of drones compared to the expensive surfaced, where missiles used to intercept them. For Ukraine, this was a clear signal to both its allies and adversaries that it can innovate and escalate the conflict using asymmetric warfare tools without relying solely on traditional missile systems. Speaking of price, the cost of such an operation is still under assessment, but estimates suggest that the entire swarm might have cost between $8 million to $15 million, depending on the type and sophistication of drones used. This is a fraction of the potential economic and psychological damage inflicted on Moscow. Russian interceptors and air defense operations, on the other hand, may have spent a comparable or even higher amount trying to neutralize these threats. In modern warfare, this imbalance where low-cost drones can deplete high-cost defense resources is becoming a key strategy. In conclusion, the 93 drone strike on Moscow represents a turning point in the ongoing war, where drone warfare is no longer just a supporting tool, but a primary weapon of strategic influence. It raises pressing questions. Can large cities ever be truly safe from swarming UAV attacks? Will Russia adapt by enhancing its electronic warfare and radar saturation handling capabilities? Will Ukraine continue to scale up such operations or face retaliatory escalation? For now, this attack has left Moscow rattled, its defense credibility questioned, and the world reminded that the face of warfare is evolving faster than many anticipated. Future Force will continue to monitor this unfolding story, so stay tuned for more updates. And if you found this breakdown informative, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for more in-depth analyses, and share your thoughts in the comments below.